home values have not fallen, and serious buyers are looking for homes like yours today. Start by visiting us at soldinstgeorge.com and booking 30 minutes to ask me anything. That's soldinstgeorge.com and start packing.
Andy.
Miss an episode of the Andy Griffin Show? We've got you covered.
I love
Just go to 890kdsu.com.
How are we looking on our angle, bro? Do you have her beautiful face? Where do you need her? Can you see her? Can you hear me?
Tell her to move this way.
Elise, let's move you a little bit this way. There you go. Hey, good morning. Hey, listen. This is a great morning because I showed up here before 8:34 and a half.
It's a miracle. It's
a
modern miracle.
I beat the guest. And when I beat the guest here, this is incredible.
Not by much.
Now let me tell you about the guest. If you were watching on Facebook Live, you will see in my non-greasy hands, I've only been out of the shower like 27 minutes, knowing me. 27? Probably 20. A beautiful, what kind of smoothie is it? Would you please tell us?
Well, hi there. It's a banana protein, oatmeal, almond milk, peanut butter smoothie.
We're not going to tell you who she is yet. She's just telling us. This is incredible. Do you still use the Sun Warrior product or something else?
Yes, Sun Warrior.
I love Sun Warrior. My favorite bar in the world. And Sun Warrior is going to discontinue producing their bars because they can't get a supplier who will give them what they want. I'm so ticked.
No. Yeah, but that's good though, because I have to agree.
Yeah.
It's got to be the best for
It's got to be the best.
I got a buddy who is the purchasing and inspection guy for Sun Warrior. And he said he goes around the world making sure that all the things that they say they are, these suppliers, they really are. And
Who is it? Who's your buddy? Can you say?
His name's Emerson. Yeah.
I know Emerson. Sure. Kayla, are you listening? Are you watching? Anyway, so she worked there. So,
but he's like if they don't pass all of the requirements we have, cut them off. They're done.
Listen.
Good.
Do that with your kids.
High standards.
You don't live up to my standard, you're out.
Yeah, okay. You know what? That works up until they leave.
Kind of.
And then you're like, oh,
I know.
Is that
kind of.
Is that why your son showed up on my doorstep last night?
Yes. It was hilarious. I saw a post, and I have. You guys ready to hear what we've got? I've got an incredible human, Elise Mortensen West, owner of Affogato West, and she's. I think you're a community changer, whether you think so or not. And we're going to talk to you. Thank you for bringing me a smoothie. We are going to have such a fun time with her and talking about how she got here in Affogato West. But I saw this incredible quote somebody put on Facebook. Apparently, when you ask which of your children is your favorite, you're supposed to pick from your own. I know that now. I know that now, you know. So this is fun. We've got some great engagement already. Kayla, yes, Sun Warrior. You would think if the show was about Sun Warrior, but it's not. But Sun Warrior is such a cool company because people don't know they're local,
Yes.
right?
That's right.
They're like Sun Warrior. Isn't that like out of wherever? Have you guys ever seen what's also called a pup cup? The little silicone cup that goes in the bottom of the water bottle?
Yep.
Okay, so we have pup cups. And so your pup can drink.
It is.
So it's a silicone shape of this bottle, size of this bottle. It's about that deep. But it's silicone. It's, you know, you can just fold it. It's malleable like me.
Yeah.
So you just throw it in your backpack. So you're out with your walking your dog, and then you pour water in it. It's really great.
Pop cup. Got it.
So they're out of Rockville. And what happened is I was on their website. I want to tell everybody to do something. Go to Pupworks or Pup Cup. Just look up Pup Cup because I want to support local. And we're going to talk about what Elise is doing.
Great.
I'm looking at their website, and I'm like, there's a picture of someone pouring water for a dog, and I can just see like a sliver of the background. And I said, that really looks like Southern Utah. So I went to the website, and it was out of Rockville, Utah. But the product is so cool. They're trying to keep their people busy right now. So they're selling their stuff at like 1/5 of cost. It's crazy what they're doing with their product. And it was really cool because on their website and their emails, they just said, look, we're getting our butts kicked, more or less. A lot of people have had their butts kicked, not everybody. And we need to keep our people busy, so we're selling at a discount. So look up Pup Cup.
And we're going to carry them the shop. I'm going to
You
call them
should.
after the show
I want you to. I'm going to I'll forward you an email
Wow.
that came from them. I've got Elise Mortensen West here, owner of Affogato West. I called you the genius. I called you the big-hearted genius behind Affogato West.
Aww.
Wow.
You brought me a
You are
smoothie.
my best friend.
Today I am.
With almond milk and peanut butter and banana and stuff.
And oatmeal and, yes,
the
you won't be
funny-
hungry till.
No way. The funny part is it's almost exactly what, it's not exactly, but this would be kind of what I make myself, which I have a blend we've talked about, which is spinach, peanut butter, almond milk. Sun Warrior chocolate protein. I mean, so
Yeah.
similar. You know, this is better than mine though. This is a lot.
I don't know. When you came to the truck, that's what you would order, the chocolate protein smoothie.
Yeah.
So
This is back when they were in front of Red Rock Bicycle. I'm going to share a dream today on the show with you, a vision I have. If you're a bike shop owner, you need to understand that maybe one day I'll compete with you. This is really fun. So, but it's for the end of the show. It might involve you because I could see a synergy. Elise, good morning.
good morning.
Tell us how in the world you got to St. George and how long ago that was.
13 years ago this month, I was living in Salt Lake for a long time. Orem, I kind of sort of grew up in Orem. And I had a friend, Daniel Pettigrew, who was starting a nonprofit. Daniel built Zatava Gardens Cafe out in Canton. He's the one that original.
I think we've heard of him.
Yeah,
Original
well, it was
founder.
Greg that came on, but Greg
Yes.
took it from Daniel. Yes.
Yeah, he bought it from Daniel, in I think 2000. So my job with IKEA was ending, and so I thought, well, that's perfect. I'm going to move down and just spend a year.
Wait, where were you working?
IKEA.
Classic. Is that so awesome?
Up
Yeah.
in Draper, Utah.
Listen, she is personally responsible for the sheer number of dowels
No
that were coming. It was you, wasn't it?
Oh, I take no credit.
Oh my gosh.
I stay
Oh my
away
gosh.
from Dells.
Will you shut that door?
So,
Hey, so you came, so 13 years
yeah,
ago.
so
you're done
Daniel
with
said,
IKEA.
come down and help me for a year. It's a year contract. Help me get World Peace Garden started.
Mhm.
So I had worked for SkyWest Airlines before that, and before IKEA, and it was amazing because I thought, why? I'd been to St. George every Monday for meetings, and I'd get off the tarmac and it's 120 degrees, and why would anybody want to live down here? So then ended up moving down and said to Daniel, sure, I'll come down for a year, and so that ended up being how many years now? 13.
Uh-huh.
So,
People don't live on the tarmac, please. But I get what you're saying.
and yeah, thank goodness for air conditioning. But I have
Yes.
absolutely, it didn't take me long at all to fall in love, absolutely madly in love. This is my home now,
Yeah.
absolutely home.
This is so fun because we bring life as we know it, and just so people know, we usually set this up in the first 2 minutes, but of course we have our St. George Real Estate Morning Drive program Thursdays at 8:35. So come back. Y'all come back now, you hear? Come back, but this is not that program. This program is about spotlighting people that make up this cool community. And it's funny, Elise, I'm going to share something it's kind of vulnerable because if you start down this road, it's potentially really controversial. But I noticed, I told you this morning already, as I pulled guests in, 80% of them are men. And it's funny because it's not me. I assure you it's not me. I'm the one that concluded that there was an issue because the reality is the corporate, business world is kind of framed that way. So it's so fun for me, I'm going to point this out, to see someone, I think you're doing way cooler things than I am, by the way. But I think it is so fun. And again, like, if I'm pointing out something that's controversial, everybody, too bad. It's my show, right? But the world is set up that way. You know, I was like, man, it's like the Chamber of Commerce president and the mayor and we're not going to get into, look, who should be president or what, good grief. I mean, we heard the Mitt Romney Trump this morning. Mitt says this and Trump says you're a loser and they're like doing this with their hands.
Slap fight.
Yeah, it's absurd, right? But I love to see this is so fun for me because I don't have it figured out. I'm just, at least I was born and raised here. I mean, my advantage is just 31 years of experience in St. George, right? And you came in and you're doing something great with your business. Incredible. So you started Affogato West. You decided you could deal with 120 degrees on the tarmac. And you came here. Where do you live, by the way? Area. Not, you don't have to give us your home
Bloomington.
address. Yeah. I love Bloomington.
I do too. I just moved there last year. I was out in Ivans and loved it.
Bloomington, no sidewalks, no curb and gutter. It's kind of cool, right? Same with Bloomington Hills, Andy. You need to know this, right?
I didn't know that until you just told me. So
You got to know this. I do like it because it feels very rural, but it's not. Walmart's right there.
It's definitely a neighborhood-ish feel. It's established and comfortable, safe. Lots of trees, which I love.
Yeah. So and to that note, I live right downtown. So if you're at the courthouse, as you're getting hauled out of your arraignment at the courthouse, you'll see me a block down looking up at the courthouse. And it's all tree. My street there's so much shade at my house that it's a problem. So I had to bring someone in, prune back the giant mulberry trees, and put a solar tube over my kitchen because I was getting too much shade. Wild, right?
Well, yeah, I can definitely see how that would happen.
Should I
because
move
it's
that
not
mic
fun
closer to her, by the way?
She's okay.
Okay,
No,
I'll
we
make
got
sure
it.
we can hear
to walk into a dark kitchen. That's no fun.
No, it's not. So I'm so glad you came. Tell us about starting this business after, IKEA. That's a pretty cool transition. Right?
Well, and that was just a year contract too. So, so after that ended, I was able to spread my wings, and I'd always dreamt about owning my own business. I feel like ever since I was a little kid, I was an entrepreneur and just wanted to always come up with new ways of doing things. And so, from age 5, I think on up. So,
What
so
was your
that
What was
always-
your first business?
Uh,
I'm taking my coat off. This is how serious it's getting here. Yeah,
It's
I'm not
that
digging
women
around.
power energy.
Seriously, it is. It's flower power or something.
That's right. Well, I followed the trend. I opened up a lemonade, just had lemonade stands, several of them. So
Have you seen the top of my street?
Yeah.
The girls that have the lemonade stand.
Mhm.
7 days per week they're open for business.
it works.
This
It
is
definitely works.
incredible.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, lemonade. I'm sure my mom made homemade cookies or something like that. But that was my first. And then tried to cut the neighbor's hair. Had a little.
How'd that go?
Yeah, it didn't go well, but it was fun. Had a ballet bar. My dad built a ballet bar in the garage, and I taught ballet lessons and babysitting jobs, and I just was always looking for ways to just I think be creative. I somehow felt, I didn't realize it at the time, but had a lot of creative energy, and I needed some outlets to see where that was going to go. So. So it took 60 years, 59 years, because I started when I was 59.
Are you serious?
Well, to start, to have my own business, yeah.
So, I remember, the only thing that my memory of Affogato was it was pre-Affogato West. It was Affogato, and it was it the trailer, the truck, basically a food truck in front of Red Rock Bicycle Company, I guess. So it started somewhere else, though.
Well, yes. So I wanted to open up a coffee house, and I wanted to call it Bucket List Coffee because that was always on my bucket list. And so when commercial real estate was pretty pricey, and I could not find something that was going to work, and so a friend of mine said, "Hey, there's a coffee truck on Craigslist. Take a look." So I went and looked at it and fell madly in love with it, and was able to. But it was called Affogato. It was in Phoenix, Arizona, and at the time it was a great big red, black, and classy, gorgeous truck with sides that came out and the big umbrellas, and it was just it was quite the statement.
Have you been on Craigslist lately, Andy, Jesse? Like,
Not lately, no.
you can find some fun stuff on there.
Yeah, Craigslist and Facebook
Like a food
Marketplace.
truck.
Yeah,
She's-
a coffee
she's-
truck.
And Craigslist is like Costco. You go in for 2 gallons of milk, and
Yeah.
you come out with a 14-person
That's so
tent.
true.
She's like, well, I was on there looking for a used bike, and then there was a coffee
Coffee
truck, and I
truck.
got thinking, and right.
So
This is
yeah.
incredible.
So went down to Phoenix, took a couple friends. They were having a couple of events, and so it was a perfect opportunity to get on the truck and actually work an event before we made that decision. And it was a massive decision. It was this truck was operated it for 11 months at the Red Rock Bicycle, and that's a whole nother story with Joey Dye and how that all came about. That was just
I love
crazy
Joey.
fun. Yeah.
I love Joey.
He had always wanted some kind of coffee business at Red Rock, but it just didn't work out that way. And so when my truck was parked at Star Sign, we were getting all the information updated on the truck. He saw it and called the number. It was a Phoenix number still.
That's
And
how this came
so,
together.
yeah, and so then they gave the guy who had bought the truck from, gave him my phone number. Well, I knew Joey from when he owned 25 Mini.
Yep.
So I'm like, Joey, this is Elise. So anyway, so
Joey
that
and I
was.
go back to working at the pasta factory together when he
Wow.
was a teenager and I was 21.
Isn't he still a teenager though?
Basically,
Yeah.
forever. So am I. Is that funny? That's when he and I met.
I can see why you.
Yeah,
you two guys
he's
are
great.
friends. So so he said, come park it at Red Rock, because I was thinking I'd be moving it around to lots of different locations, and it worked out perfect because that is not a truck you want to move around to a lot of different locations.
Mhm.
It's very labor intensive. So parked it for 11 months until I decided to choose another life. Basically, it broke down, and so I felt like that was a time to do what it was that I really wanted to do, and that was to find a brick and mortar. So that led me, introduce the community to good coffee, to great customer service, to to just someone that has a passion for not only providing exceptional drinks, but really caring about the community, and it's just all encompassing for me. It's not just about the coffee. I feel like Affogato in its current location, I feel like it's a gathering space that just happens to serve really good coffee. And my employees, I've got 9 employees that I couldn't ask for a more exceptional team.
You've nailed it. So I'm going to give you everybody that knows Elise, and there's a lot of people watching right now. It's kind of fun. So that building has got life history with it. You may or may not have ever been told this. That was my father and his brother's building for like 40 years.
The theater? Movie theater?
All of them,
Oh
including
my gosh.
the old Paula's restaurant. I grew up with that as part of my life. Dad always owned those buildings. And what happened is they were involved at the time when St. George Musical Theater tried to take it over. And my father's one of the great men on the planet, and so are his brothers. They were always known that way. I mean, talk about trying to follow in their footsteps is like impossible. And they were really cool and tried everything to kind of help and make that happen. And then over time, the buildings were finally sold. I'm telling you, right prior to you, that was my life. Hey, I got to go check on the building, right? Dale Larkin, my dad. It's just so great. So when you went there, I was like, people don't know it. I went in that building, 5 million. I went and saw about 150 movies at the movies. The movies 3 on the hill. So kind of fun.
All right, so, and I'm serious about this, we need to have your picture with that story on our wall, because we have a wall of stories and employees and.
Picture of you and your dad.
Yeah, I mean, heavens, who knows? We probably paid for the cereal I ate, growing up. I don't know. So you started this, how many years ago did you move over to the building now?
Well, it started July 4th. What a day to open a new business. July 4th, 2017. And then we moved over after the truck broke down. It was September of 2018. So we've been in that building almost 2 years, so almost 3 years total.
So there's, if you haven't been there, I think. It's pretty cool. Okay, so it's top of 1,000 to 1,000 East. So describe it for people who haven't been there. By the way, Jeremy Larkin here hosted the Life as We Know It program. I about said St. George Real Estate Morning Drive. That's Thursday at 8:30. Come back. Life as We Know It program. I have Elise Mortensen West, owner of Affogato West, on with me. So describe this space. It's unique.
It is unique, and I've always liked to find places that are kind of back and hard to find spaces when I go travel. I want to know where the locals go. So the crazy thing about the space is it's not the easiest to get in and out of. It's not the easiest to find.
It's no
but
frontage.
and even once you pull up, you're like, there's a coffee house in here? This is really weird. And you walk in and there's this really weird,
strange entrance.
Yeah, strange entrance. You feel like you're at Disneyland standing in line. But then what's kind of fun about that is you don't know what to expect if you're in there the first time. And then it opens up to this 10,000 square foot warehouse that has, it's just one big space. All the
30-foot ceilings probably.
Yeah, 30 foot pretty much. And so we're gradually improving the space to make it, what I've always dreamt about. And that is a community gathering space where you almost feel like it's your third place. In fact, Angel wrote this great article that was featured in the St. George Health and Wellness magazine in March, and she said it's not just a coffee house, it's a coffee home, because people will come and just relax and hang out and fall asleep and work on their computers and cry and laugh and stay there for hours, and it's really,
when you go doghouse, man, next time, let's go up to the coffee shop.
Seriously, it's such a great place to hang.
You can cry and sleep there, man. You like that crowd?
Got some nice couches.
I will look forward to that.
Okay.
This is so cool. So Unicorn Hatch Labs was there. Are they still there?
Yeah. No, they moved out last September.
Okay, so I mean it's you.
Which is a whole crazy story too, because the day they moved out, the day he gave his notice, I was supposed to sign a lease for Jewel Plaza. I was this close to signing.
You would have been a
lease.
block from my house.
Yeah,
that would have been convenient.
And I'm still, I'm a downtown lover.
I dig Jewel Plaza too.
If I had my choice, I would live in a cute little bungalow somewhere in downtown.
If anyone has seen on Facebook Live how great my complexion looks, it's because of this incredible Affogato West smoothie, the banana chocolate protein.
It's because
I
it's
don't know.
infused with love and chaos.
Seriously, my life was changed. This is so fun. So you have this. What the open hours daily are what? Out here?
7 to 4, and then well after that little thing called COVID hit, we shortened our hours. So 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. drive-through only, which we didn't have a drive-through before, so I had to talk about creativity. I had to, if I didn't want to close my doors, I didn't want to send my employees home, put them on.
I'm glad you went there because that was my next question.
It was one of those where March 10th we knew that something was going to happen, and by March 17th we had our drive-through open, kept all my employees. One gal decided to leave just because she's going to be going to college, but it's worked. And so once June 1st hits, we're going to open our doors on June 1st, and then we have to close the drive-through. So, but that's okay because I feel like the drive-through was never in our plan, but we made it in our plan, and now we're going back to where we were.
This is kind of fun because I have my Facebook. I'm seeing people comment. By the way, this is, you want to hear? You want to know who's on here?
Sure.
Marina Anderson, Affogato is my favorite place. Even though the parking lot is the current hangout, but whatever you have to do, hang out with Elise and Fast Steph. Christina Carling, hello from Denver. Brenda Forbes Griffith. Elise is the best. It goes on and on.
Aww.
There's a lot of love. Crisis. I shared this yesterday. I pulled this out of a really cool little book that I read every day called Courage to Change. Today's reminder. I screenshotted it. The Chinese word for crisis is written with 2 characters. The first stands for danger, and the second for opportunity. I will look for the good hidden within everything I encounter. There's no such thing as a bad problem. No such thing as a problem without a gift for you in its hands. Richard Bach. Is that cool?
Yeah. I was thinking about that very thing on the way over here because this has changed the world forever. And what choices are you going to make to live your life? I mean, it just feels like it's minute to minute now. But it's a gift because it gives you an opportunity to really take a look at, we've slowed down. It's called the Great Pause. It's called, lots of different things. But how do you want to spend your moments in times when you do have a choice to say, I'm going to continue on, I'm going to make the best of it, or I'm just going to stay in my dark place. And whatever your choice is, I mean, that's the thing that I'm finding from this is what's coming from this is immense amount of kindness and generosity and community, and there is the flip side of that as well.
Oh,
but
we have seen the worst.
I can't spend any time on that. But where I've been in dark spaces, my preference is to get out of it as soon as I can, and then just continue on because where's your joy?
We run a real estate company, so a whole bunch of your friends are watching this across the planet. And by the way, if you want to see that post, that little Chinese word for crisis is written in 2 characters. First stands for danger, and the second for opportunity. It's just below this post on my Facebook page because people might like that. In the first 2 weeks that this happened in March, I mean, I took it serious. But not COVID. COVID's serious. I took the reality of what it was going to do to change our life serious. I'm so grateful that for some reason we've come raging out of the ashes already in St. George. But it does cause you to say, where am I gonna fall, right? I hope people, how do they get to your store?
So it is super easy to find. We're right off the freeway, right off of I-15, St. George Boulevard exit.
Address is?
214 North, 1000 East.
214
St.
North,
George.
1000 East.
Look for it behind Tropical Smoothie in a great big warehouse.
You are incredible. I have a gift for you. It's not here. We're going to bring it to the store. It's something cool that we give people we really care about. All right.
Is it a T-shirt with your face on?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Not that
Exactly. I had Elise Mortensen West on, Jeremy Larkin here. Thank you, owner of Affogato West.
Thanks,
She's so
Jeremy.
great. Go to her current drive-through, Affogato West, and pick us up Thursday morning, the St. George Real Estate Morning Drive. We'll still talk about community. It'll be a little different twist. All right, over and out. St. George strong. Woo! All right, bye guys.